Hi everybody, how are you? I'm Tania Shipman and I run a company called Simple Solutions Today, and I run a business group called on Facebook called Business Automation 101. And Rehan has asked me to come online and talk to you about making money from the internet. The reason I have come on for the first message, for the first Facebook Live, is to talk to you about mindset. Now, if you're not aware of all of the important things about why you want to make money online, just apart from the fact that you want to make money, then you're not going to succeed. The most important thing you need to do when you want to get involved with making money online is actually know what you want to do with it. You actually have to be willing to do what needs to be done. You can't expect anybody else to do it for you. You can't pay money for others to do it for you. And you can't turn around and expect that some magic product or person or thing will come along to actually make money for you. You're the person who has to be ready to do the work. To make money online starts really, really easily. You simply have to have an internet connection, have a computer, and have a way to accept money. You can get away with everything else. You don't need a sales page. You don't need anything else like that, but you've got to have something to sell. When you first get started online, a lot of people struggle as to what they want to do. What do they want to be doing online? And one of the most important things to decide is, what is your passion? What are you really excited about doing? What does everybody come to you and ask you how to do? Now, you might think it's something really simple. You might think everybody knows how to do it, but you're the best that all your friends know. So you might be the best that people online want to know. It's a start. It's ability to be able to say, I want to be able to offer this. Now, one of the most important things for getting started is to use freelancing sites, because you can offer your services. It doesn't mean you have to create anything. You're doing what somebody else wants, and that's an easy place to start. Places like Fiverr, places like Upwork. Now, I know that many people in Pakistan can't use PayPal, but I've spoken with Rehan, and there are ways that you can get around that. You just need to Google and find out how do you get around PayPal if you live in Pakistan. I don't know the details of it, but I've talked to Rehan about it, and he said that there is a way to do it. So again, it comes back to mindset. Do you want to be able to offer your services? Are you really good at Excel? There are people who will pay for you to do it. Are you good at graphics? Other people will do that. Are you a stay-at-home mum or a single mum who has good writing skills? Are you somebody who knows how to use Photoshop? Are you somebody who's good at WordPress? Have a look at what the skills are that you have, what you really like doing, what you're the best at. If you're aware of all of these things and you're looking for what I'm good at, a couple of things happen. First of all, you actually get to say, hey, I'm good at this. Then you start looking to find out if other people are looking if you're good at it. And once you start doing that, people start asking you to do things for you. And when you put that online, you can start getting paid for it. So I've got quite a few people who have already joined in, so welcome to all of you. I've seen some comments from Dita. Thank you very much, Dita. Tariq, I'm going to be terrible at names, and I apologise in advance. Sackline and Shabir have also commented on the Facebook Live, so thank you for doing that. I'm going to grab a quick glass of water because I'm doing a lot of talking. Now, if you've got any questions, if you've got any questions, put them in the comments box and I'll see what I can do to answer them. I'm going to be here for the next 10 days. I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live every day so that you can see what, Shabir, I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live just talking about how you can make money from the internet and how you can get started. And as I said, a computer and internet connection, and you can start making money from the internet. You have to go looking for what you're good at. And you have to have the right mindset. You have to actually be aware of what you're the best at. You also have to be aware you're a product. You're selling yourself. When you're selling yourself, you have to be aware of what people can see on your Facebook posts, how you present yourself. If you're using products like Fiverr and Upwork, how you've worded the advertisement or the description of the service that you offer. All of this is really, really important because first impressions count. The first impression you get from somebody, if you see somebody with a smile and who've got a good attitude, then you're going to be much more willing to listen to them or talk to them than if you're just straight out grumpy and what do you want? I don't want to help you. As you can see, the difference is, hi, how are you? How can I help you? That's what your sales pages, your service offering has to be. Now, Shabir has asked, how can I earn money online while using the iPhone? When you're using an iPhone, you can do Facebook Lives where you can do promotions for products, and there's a thing called affiliate earning, which I'll be talking about later. Today, it's mainly about not giving you exact advice on to where to go. It's about getting your mindset in the right place. You have to be willing to do the work. You have to be aware of the fact that if you've committed that you're going to make a website or do some graphics or update some writing, do some editing, whatever it might be, that you're actually going to deliver. And you know you've got to put the work in. There's no magic button that automatically makes you hundreds and thousands of dollars. It always comes down to the work that you've put into it. It's also in your mind, making sure that you're ready to actually get started, to be ready to do the work that needs to be done. As I said, I've mentioned a couple of sites that you can use. Wasim has asked, useful websites where we can make money online. I've told you, Fiverr and Upwork. They're both sites that are quite reputable, and you have the opportunity to offer what you can do. And it's based on reviews, and it's based on the quality of the work that you do. Again, the mindset. Are you going to do good work? Are you going to give it to the best of your ability, or are you just dabbling? And if you're just dabbling, then stop. You really don't want to be making money online. You're just grasping for the thought that, oh, if, and maybe, and if something worked out for me, I'd be really good. Excuse me a second. All of this is really, really important because your mindset before you get started making money from the internet is what makes it your difference. If you're not a hard worker, if you're not somebody who knows that there's no magic bullet, you're not going to succeed. You're going to jump from idea to idea. You're going to waste money. You're going to spend money on products. You're going to be spending money on the wrong things. There's so many free products available where you can create so many products and do so much freelancing without having to spend a cent. And I'll go through them over the next 10 days. I'm not going to give you everything on the first day because the first day is about an introduction, letting you know that there are so many opportunities available for you, and you have to be in the right headspace. You have to be in the right idea of what you want to do. If you're going to just claim that if somebody would do something for you, I'd make money online, then this is the wrong Facebook Live for you to be watching. It takes work. You have to get stuck into it. You have to do the work to be able to make money. And if you're not interested, then it's not going to happen. So I suppose my first Facebook Live to all of you is about take into your mind how important you are, how awesome you are, how amazing you are, what skills and abilities you have that other people wish that they had. Start looking for them. Start writing those down. Start detailing all the things that are good about you. Are you a hard worker? Do you pay attention to detail? Are you somebody who will make sure that it's perfect? And there's also, are you able to let it go out not 100% perfect? Because as you're doing the work that you do, there has to come a time where you've got to say, this is it, and it's ready to go. But sitting down and writing down a list of all the things you're good at and all the skills you've got, that's the first step. Because as you're writing them down, you're going to become so much more confident and so much more aware of how amazing you are. I know a number of mums, mothers, both stay-at-home mums, working mums, and single mums, who have told me that, oh, I'm just a mum. And I go, no, every single mother has to have time management. They have to get kids up and get them to school every day. They have organisational skills because they have to make sure that the kids are clothed and dressed and fed and everything else like that. You have skills. And if you're a male, you have skills as well. You've got organisational skills, all these other things as well, because the same thing, you have to get up and you have to get out every day. As you're working your way through what is all about yourself and your business and what you want to do online, keep writing down all of these things, because that will remind you all the time just how awesome and amazing you are. And as you're, hi Corinna, I'm not Rehan, obviously, I'm Tania, and I'm from Australia. I've been coming on here to let you know how easily you can make money from the internet, as long as you're prepared to put the work in. And whether you make a couple of dollars or you make a couple of $100 or you make hundreds and thousands of dollars, you have to start with the first step. You have to start with acknowledging, this is what I'm good at and this is what I could offer to somebody online. It's never been easier to make money online from the internet than it is now. If you've got a phone, you can do Facebook Lives. You can do product reviews. You can do information about your interests. You don't have to just be making money from products. You can be making money from what your interests are. I have a convection oven Facebook group, Facebook page. And a convection oven is those round convection ovens. You might not have seen them, but they're a round glass bowl. And I use them I've created cookbooks that I sell on Kindle. And I have a Facebook group. I've made money from something that I'm passionate about. I love my convection oven, and I've shared information about it, and I have followers, and I have a Facebook page, and I sell books on Amazon. You can do the same. If you've got something that you're passionate about, people might be interested in reading about it. Just because you think there's only a few people who might be interested about it, remember there are billions of people on Facebook, and that's a crazy thought. There are billions of people on Facebook who might be interested in what you are good at, or what your hobby is, or this obscure skill that you've got that nobody else knows how to do. I can't wink. I really can't wink. I've tried everything. But if I found somebody selling a book that taught me how to wink, I'd probably buy that book to see if it worked, as long as it had proof that it worked. By looking into yourself, by understanding what your skills and your abilities are, or you're able to do more. Corinda, what do you mean if I'm on my own or if there's someone with me? I don't understand. Okay then, so we'll see. I'm just going to go through some of the questions that I've been seeing. So if someone doesn't have any skills, what is the easiest way? Well, first of all, you have to have some skills. Everybody has some skill. You might be, what I was just saying, you might be thinking it's nobody else is interested in it, but start looking on Fiverr and see if there's other people who are interested. You can't be alive and not have a skill at something. I've had fun on Fiverr going and looking, and people will jump on a trampoline and sing out a happy birthday song for you. That's a skill. Somebody's making money doing that because they're on Fiverr and they're offering it. Excuse me. It exists. It's a skill. They're able to make money selling, jumping on a trampoline and singing happy birthday. Okay, what other questions do you have there? No, nothing more than that. Okay, so back to exactly what I was talking about before, your mindset. You can't have no skills. You have something that you're good at. Everybody has something that they're good at, that their friends or their family or the people they work with ask them to do for them. Tania, you can do it faster than anybody else. Can you help me with this? That's the same thing that will happen with you when you start writing down what you're good at. And a skill doesn't have to mean that it's that you've, let's use an example, that you're a rocket scientist. You know, the rocket scientist might be a great fisherman and he can make money online selling fishing tips. The orthopedic surgeon, he might have an interest in bike racing. So he makes money telling people what are the best products to buy on bike racing because he's used them. He's an expert at it. I like to say that everybody is an expert at something. Now, when I say you're an expert at something, it doesn't mean that you're the absolute best in the world, but you're better than the people who are asking you. I'm really good at Excel, but I have friends who can create absolutely masterpiece, incredibly convoluted Excel spreadsheets. They're an expert to me, but I'm an expert to others. It all cascades, it all adds up. So find your level, find your skill level and market that. Be the one to go on Fiverr and Upwork and say, hey, I'm really good at whatever it might be. And you've got to believe in yourself. This is why I'm talking about mindset. It's really hard to say, hey, I'm good at Excel. I'm pretty good. You might, maybe, see if maybe? Do you want me? People are not going to trust you or want to get your services because you don't seem very confident in what you're doing. But hey, the other way to do it, hey, do you need an Excel spreadsheet done? I'm pretty good at Excel spreadsheets. Here's some examples of what I've done. Have a look at them. All of a sudden you go from somebody who doesn't seem to know what they're talking about to somebody who becomes an expert because you know more than the person. I use Excel because a lot of people use that, but a lot of people don't know how to really use it. They can print out an Excel spreadsheet. It's the same with the graphics. If you can make a photo, if you can take a picture and you can put a name on it or something like that, you're better at somebody who has no idea how to do that. But then you get to the people like my virtual assistant, who has worked with me for a number of years. He can do amazing things in Photoshop. I can do some things in Photoshop, but when it gets technical or when it gets really fancy, I send it over to my virtual assistant. These are all the skills and abilities that you think everybody can do. Other people will go, I wish I knew how to do that. They're the people you're targeting. You just have to be more of an expert than the people who are looking for what you can do. Yes, you can get somebody who is fantastic at Photoshop and can do all sorts of skills and techniques and filters and all sorts of weird and wonderful things. I can't remember all the words because I'm not an expert at Photoshop. My virtual assistant is my expert, and he probably has somebody that he considers an expert. But you start with where you're better than somebody else at something that they need. And that's what you're looking for. What do people need done? What are people looking for? And go and have a look on Fiverr. Do the research. Again, I can't tell you what the best online service is. You have to go looking yourself. You have to be looking into it and thinking, is this for me? Is this one that I'd be comfortable working with? Is there any problems? I mentioned Fiverr and PayPal. You have to find the answer. You have to find the answer. Google, YouTube, they're both places where you can go searching to get the information. It's all about what can you do. You can get ideas of where to start. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm doing these next 10 days. But it's not a case of, I'm going to say to you, go and do this and use this and be good at this, because I don't know what your skills are. I don't know what your expertise is. I don't know what you're the best at, but you do. And you know really well what you're the best at. So once you know what you're the best at, you start going and looking and doing some research. Type into Google and into YouTube, how do you? And see how many people are searching for the thing that you're good at. I mentioned about the fishing. I have a number of friends who are fishermen. me, I can't catch fish. Well, I could if I needed to. My dad taught me how to. But if I want to catch fish, I go and ask my dad to do it. Or I go and just buy it from the supermarket because it's not an interest of mine. But people who love fishing, there are so many opportunities where you could be helping them to do fishing. Find out, people might want to know on Fiverr, where are all the best fishing spots when I go on holidays? And you can do that research. You might know wherever you're going. You've already been there. You can write and create something on Fiverr. Find the best fishing spots in India. Find the best fishing spots in Pakistan. The best fishing spots in Sydney, where the capital of Australia. But there might be somebody who wants to know that because you know what to look for in the best fishing spots. Or it might be the best fishing tackle. What's the best rod to use? If you go to the bicycle racing person, what's the best bikes to buy? What's the best chains to use? What's the best tires to use? Somebody wants to know that information. And if you know it and you're able to share it, you're the expert. Because I don't know. I've got no idea. But there might be somebody out there who goes, I know that answer, Tania. Well, then see if people want to know what it is online. That's the mindset that you need. You have to be active and proactive. You have to be the ones going and looking for the answer to how you can make money from the internet. Ideas on where to start and what to do and what products to use. That's what I'll be talking about over the next 10 days. Well, 9 more series now. We've nearly reached the end of this one. But this is about getting started. It's not, oh, I'm waiting for somebody to tell me what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to give you choices. I'm going to give you ideas. But you have to do the work. Day 1, sit down, go through and list all of your skills. What are you good at? What does people want to know from you? What do you go looking to help people with? What are you passionate about? What are your hobbies? What are your interests? These are all skills and expertise that you have, and you're the only one who knows what they are. But the most important thing to remember is that you are an awesome person. You are a skillful and an expert in something. And some people are experts in many things. But just start with one. Start with one that is your favorite, is the one that you're most passionate about, the one that you know and you feel very confident in, that if you went and sold your services online, you would be confident that you could always produce a good product. It's no good saying, okay, everybody go and learn Photoshop because you can make money from Photoshop. If you've got no interest in it, if you can't get the product, if it would cost you a lot of money to get started, but in the meantime, you're really good at Excel and you're really good at spreadsheets, why would you go and learn a new skill when you're already really skilled? Is this all making sense to you? Is it actually giving you ideas of what you might be able to do? Let me know in the comments so I know what you think. The main thing is always to remember you are an expert in something, and I want to learn from you what you're an expert in. I would love for you to write in the comments below what you believe you're an expert in, because that'll give me ideas of where you might want to go in the next video that I'll be doing. I might be offering you ideas of where there's free products that you can use and ways that you'll be able to do more. But it starts with you. What are you good at? Tell me. Let me know in the comments. Let us see how many skills you have. Start writing them down. Start listing them. Start thinking about how awesome you are. This is all the important things that if you don't start with this, if you don't start with, I am really good at business automation. I find software, systems and staffing that will help your business. Starting with that, if somebody comes and says to me, asks me a question about software that might help them, I've got heaps of software suggestions for them because that's what I'm passionate about and that's what I go researching. That's what I keep up to date with. I use software to make my business work much more efficiently, to be more productive. When I talk about systems, I'm talking about checklists and ways you do things and all those sorts of things, so that whenever you have a look in my business automation group, every morning I write a word. Today was Sunday slips because I actually forgot to do it because my system failed because of a whole heap of factors. I wasn't very well yesterday, but that led to my system failing. But I learned from my system. So, you know, people are starting to write what they're good at. So if you're somebody, I've got Mian writing that they're a virtual assistant and they know about WordPress. There are thousands of people who want to know how to do that. So now what Mian has to do is start looking at and finding out if they can offer something on Fiverr. Tomorrow I'll be talking about, in the next video, I'll talk about being unique, but you can start with just looking at that service. Look at what you can offer on Upwork or what you can offer in PayPal, in Fiverr, to be able to get started making money from the internet. If you're looking at what your skills and abilities are, then you can start looking at how you can make money from the internet with it. But if you're sitting there and saying, Tania, tell me how to do it, I'm not going to do that. Letting you know now. I'm not going to say you should be because I don't know who or what you are. I don't know how skilled you are. I don't know any of that. You have to provide proof. So for Mian, who's been the first one to write what they know how to do, this is my advice for you. You are very skilled at WordPress and at being a virtual assistant. So start looking and seeing what sort of Fiverr gigs and Upwork gigs are there that you might be able to apply for. And let me know in the next video how you went. Do the research will be some of the next things I'll be commenting as I go through. Okay, so Mian has been working on Fiverr. Mian, are you in Pakistan? I'll wait for you to be able to answer. But even if Mian isn't in Pakistan, he's managed to be working on Fiverr and he's making money from the internet. And that's awesome. It's so great to hear that you're doing that. These are the sorts of things that allow you to start making money from the internet by taking action. Mian's been on Fiverr for 6 months. Now, how successful he is, don't need to know, but he's doing something. He's actually doing it. A lot of people I know just say, I want to make money, but they don't actually do anything to make money. So day one, mindset. What are you good at? How can you help people? What do you know? As you're thinking of all of those things, more and more information comes out. Now, Wasim has asked me a question, and I would love for Mian to answer. And this is also what we're going to be asking in these next 10 days, and this is what I'm going to ask from you. Be honest. If you're having trouble, let me know so that I can look at and find answers for you. I'll be checking this thread and seeing if other people have commented, and as the video shows. Now, I am in Australia. It's 10 p.m. here. It's actually nearly 10:30. So I'm not going to answer all of your messages. I'm not going to reply to messages after this because I'm going to sleep. But in the morning, I'll be checking out what people have been saying and looking at how I develop what I'm going to be saying over for the next 9 days. You decide where I'm going to be going by asking the questions. I've got a framework. I've got an idea of what I wanted to talk to you about, but you're going to be the ones who decide how it gets developed, if I go in a certain direction or not. So comment and let me know what you want to know about. Watch this video and think about what I've said. Write below in the video, but write in the comments below what your skills and experience are. Let me know just how awesome you are. The only person who can start you making money from the internet is you. Other people can give you ideas and help, but unless you're the one actually doing it, nothing gets done. You can be part of a mastermind, and I'll talk about that, and being part of groups to be able to be helped. But to make money from the internet, you have to be the one to start doing it. Look for help, and that's what I'm offering, but you need to be the one doing it. That's my half hour. I'm going to be back in the next video, which will be starting at the same time tomorrow, and I'll be here for the next 9 days. And I'm going to be talking more about how you can make money from the internet. I hope you've enjoyed today's Facebook Live. I'd love to see your comments below about everything that I've asked about in this video, and I'll be back tomorrow. I'm Tania Shipman. My business is Simple Solutions Today, and my Facebook group is Business Automation 101. I'm here to help you. I'm responding to Rehan's request, and I hope this has helped you. See you in the next video, and bye.